Bishop Nkea. Well, he has been making headlines, and many are wondering, seriously wondering, what kind of religion he's practicing and why he's been defending the La Republic de Cameroon instead of focusing solely on his religious duties. Some point to his statements during the Ebako massacre as evidence of his alleged bias. Well, critics argue that Bishop Nkea's actions suggest he's working closely with the BA's administration, which has raised eyebrows. His involvement in electioneering, urging people to participate in elections without having a total control of it, or elections that he, in particular, has no control over the process, has sparked controversy over time. Let's get that excerpt first.
For give advice for this life we don't hard so for the country. For number two place, we talk say next year 2025, na year where they go vote big man for put big man again for chair or for vote new big man. That one it be so say we call all Cameroonian people, make them go register them name, put them name for book for vote. Not only she done for house begin cry say you know the waka. Go put your name for vote and you vote. And when they talk the same time, say, people where they control this vote, make them ensure, they make sure, say, vote, it will be free and it will be fair. That means they will count any man vote as he vote them. And they will read the results our day. That one, I think we don't talk for inside this meeting. And for finish, and with the talk, say, some Cameroonian not the way it pass other one. All Cameroonian are Cameroonian, whether they for north, for south, for east, or for west.
Oh, well, while Bishop Nkea's motivations and actions are subject to interpretation, which we will analyze closely, what is clear is that he's a prominent figure in the Cameroon's religious and political landscape, maybe more political than religious. Now, let's get into the full detail. A recent video has surfaced, sparking heated debate about Bishop Andrew Nkea's statements at the National Dialogue. Let's get that as well.
When we went in for a grand dialogue, I must be clear to you, the bishops of this province had already put out a memorandum to the Prime Minister in preparation for the dialogue to stand for federation. We said federation. And this is how we went into the dialogue. Now, this is what I want to explain to your televiewers. Right. When we went into that dialogue and we started talking, this was still the opening of the dialogue. It was Chief, the late from Mukete, who got up and he made an analysis. All the videos are still there. From Mukete started by saying that the position of the Southwest was that they don't want to have anything to do with the Northwest. And that if they are talking about federation, the Southwest position was that they didn't want any federation as long as that will have them to do with the Northwest. We're all in this hall. And Mukete went back to history to analyze the divisions and the disagreements between Southwest and Northwest, and that federation on condition that Southwest and Northwest are not together.
The question is, was Bishop Nkea the only one in this national dialogue? The answer is no. And so we have another video excerpt of another participant reacting to Bishop Nkea's words. At this point, he was questioning his intentions and accusing him of dishonesty. Let's get that as well.
He's talking about, they talk about special status. The truth is, he said the evidence are there and the videos are there. How did the special status come about? It's simple. When Agwobala stood and said, oh, they should give federalism, they neglected it. And I stood up and I told them off. I pick up my bag. I said, I'm leaving. This is rubbish. It's there on video. And there was entropy, argument, shouting. The chairman said they should call the police or blah, blah, blah. That's the argument. It was not at the opening ceremony. It was in the decentralization committee. And I'm the one. Because after I took my bag, I told them off. I said, I'm leaving. Then member of parliament in Tico, he came and pulled me and brought me back there. I even lost my phone in that occasion. So that's how the Talker Special Statue came in. So we shouldn't stand and be trying to changing historical facts. And there were two people who came and showed me special statues. I said, Alex, please, can you stand and talk about it? One was my classmate in Ngwakele, Bame. He is a member of parliament in CPDM. He came and showed me. I read it. Then there's the then member of parliament CPDM in Tico. Showed me. I read it. He said, can you talk about it? The list. We had the list. Madame Mundi was number 1. I was number 2. So these two members of parliament said, Alex, can you talk about special status? They are there. You can ask them. So after Madame Mundi, I was expecting that they would call me to speak. And they skipped. They instead called Akamefumu, the then Minister of Defense. And he talked about special status. That is how it came about. And the only time there was entropy, there was confusion, there was argument, there was fighting in that committee was because of me. That's a fact. So when Archbishop Nkea come and say Southwest position, I'll tell you, if you don't know something, ask. When I went there, the Bakure chief, they recognized me, they came, I have picture with them. They show me a draft federal constitution drafted by the Bakure chiefs. Drafted by the Bakure chief. So we shouldn't say Southwest position was this. There was no Southwest position. Archbishop Nkea is either mistaken or is misleading the public. Bakure chief, they had their federal constitution drafted. Is Bakure, are they not from Southwest region? Dr. Muzu talk about federalism. Is Dr. Muzu not from Southwest region? So when we cherry pick, we say things that will suit us. It's very dangerous. It's very cancerous. And to be honest, I was in the decentralization committee. So Archbishop Nkea, I don't know if it's a genuine mistake. You should correct it. You should correct that genuine mistake. Southwest region, they were not standing for 10-state federalism. For Mukete, a CPD, a militant, was talking about 10-state federalism. Maybe it was CPDM position, I don't know. It was not Southwest region. We are all entitled to our opinion. For Mukete was entitled to state his opinion about 10-state federation. Maitre Alex Ndive, I'm entitled to state equal status. 2 countries came together. Bishop Nkea, you are entitled to state your opinion. So don't take one person's opinion and generalize it. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this video should reach.
Oh well, the video is actually getting to where it's supposed to get to. And so critics are slamming Bishop Nkea for mixing up words. And at this point, lying during the dialogue. Now, they argue that he seemed to have forgotten he wasn't the only one present, just like I asked the question, which has sparked concerns about his strategies and maybe his motivations. At the heart of the controversy is a perceived stand on the in quote, Southern Cameroon's issue. Many believe he has chosen to disregard the growing strength of the people of Amazonia, feeling further tensions. But then, let's take a pause and analyze this deeply. When talking on federation, Matthew Alex Lisenge, who we just heard his voice, who is the leader of the British Cameroon National Party, has publicly disputed statements made by Reverend Andrew Nkea during the National Grand Dialogue. Lisenge claims that Nkea's representation of Amazonia, which they call the southwest region, was of course misleading, particularly in his characterization of Amazonia in general. According to Lisenge, Chief Mukete, who also spoke at the opening ceremony, was a CPDM loyalist and senator as well, and therefore cannot be considered a representative of the entire Amazonian people. Lisenge emphasized that the people of Amazonia, which we already know, comprises of diverse culture and ethnic groups, and that a CPDM militant cannot defend the Southern Cameroon's position. Lisenga also criticized Nkea for allegedly painting Amazonia in a negative light, contrary to Dr. Endele's views. Of course, he advised Nkea to focus on his religious profession, emphasizing that federal regime requires a lot of consideration of a country's heterogeneity when drafting a federal constitution, not just people gathering together. Furthermore, Lisenga accused the La Republique de Cameroon of practicing unbalanced journalism and clarified that Archbishop Nkea was not the primary representative at the national dialogue. While he also disputed Nkea's claim about the Southern Cameroon's position on special status, stating that there was no consensus on the matter. Well, in conclusion this evening, I would say that Lisenga's statement suggests that Reverend Andrew Nkea made false and misleading claims during the National Grand Dialogue, and that his representation of the Southern Cameroon's stand was so inaccurate. So the question is, why the lie? Why should Bishop Nkea lie? So this incident has raised questions about the role of religious leaders in promoting dialogues and, understanding. One thing is clear. Bishop Nkea's remarks have ignited a vast storm of controversy that will be closely watched and monitored in the days to come. Just undaunted to do the needful. Mr. Tar,